Hello, my dear students. So, welcome back to your science class. And yesterday we started chemical changes. So, what do you understand by these chemical changes? How can we define these changes? Those changes in which new substances are formed. They are termed as chemical changes. So, a change leading to the production of a new substance is known as a chemical change. Okay. Then as I've already told you, these changes are mostly irreversible in nature. Okay, they are not reversible. We cannot reverse these changes. Third one is some of the chemical changes occurring in our day-to-day life include rusting of iron, silver jewelry getting tarnished, or copper articles getting covered by green layer. So these changes, I hope you all must have seen these changes at home. Rusting of iron, it is called जंग लगना, लोहे पे जंग लग जाती है ना, सुना होगा घर पे सबने. So that is called rusting of iron. The scientific term for that जंग लगना is rusting of iron. So what happens actually in this rusting of iron? Brown reddish powdery substance is formed on the surface of this iron. So that iron is covered with this powder, and this degrades its quality. Iron को धीरे धीरे खराब करने लग जाता है वो. Okay, so this is called rusting. So here a chemical reaction is involved in this process. That is why this is a chemical change. This rusting, it takes place due to the moisture, we can say. If iron comes in contact of water or moisture, so this rusting is the result of that process. Then silver jewelry getting tarnished. आपने देखा होगा silver jewelry भी कभी कभी देखते हैं हम, वो blackish सी होने लग जाती है. ठीक है, so that again is a chemical change. Then copper articles getting covered by green layer. If you have any copper article or copper utensil at your home, glass हो या जग हो या कुछ भी और हो, so you can just check धीरे धीरे क्या होता है. अगर वो खराब होने लग जाते हैं तो a green layer is formed on these kind of articles. ठीक है, so that green layer is actually an indication that यहाँ पे कोई chemical reaction हुई है. यहाँ पे एक chemical change आ रहा है जिसकी वजह से that copper article is now that has now started degrading. ठीक है, then characteristics. I have already shared these characteristics with you in the previous class. So once again we will look at these. First one is one or more new substances are formed in a chemical change. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the two types of changes, physical and chemical. That in physical change, no new substance is formed, only the shape, size, color, it may vary, but one or more than one new substances are formed in a chemical change. Okay, this is the basic difference. Second one is a chemical change is a permanent change. It cannot be reversed. So this change cannot be reversed. It's a permanent change. It's permanent in nature. ठीक है, rusting एक बार हो गया है तो वो खराब होने ही लग जाएगा. A lot of energy in the form of heat, light, etc. is either absorbed or given out in a chemical change. So the same point was there also in physical change, but there a little amount of energy was either absorbed or evolved. But here a lot of energy is involved in the chemical excuse me, in the chemical reaction, whether that energy is absorbed or it is liberated. A lot of energy is involved in the reaction. Sound may be produced in a chemical change. Okay, so in some chemical reactions or in some chemical changes, sound is also produced. A change in smell may take place, so you may observe a change in smell, or sometimes a new smell may be given off in any chemical reaction. A permanent change in color may take place in a chemical change. A gas may be formed in a chemical change. Okay, so now we'll look at few examples which I'm sharing with you. So the first example is rusting of iron. Okay, so in case of rusting of iron, the iron reacts with the oxygen present in air and moisture and develops rust. So what is rust basically? It is hydrated iron. Okay, iron oxide, sorry, hydrated iron oxide. So this rusting takes place due to the reaction of iron with the oxygen present in the air and the moisture, or we can say water. Okay, so if there is moisture in the air around us, so this rusting can take place. So what is the reaction involved in this rusting? See here you can see 4Fe. This Fe is iron. This is for iron. Okay, this is the symbol for iron. So Fe plus O2. This O2 means oxygen which is present in the air around us. So this iron is reacting with oxygen plus H2O. H2O क्या होता है? It's water. So this iron is reacting with oxygen and water. Okay, these three are reacting together, and what they are giving, this arrow indicates that now we'll be getting some new substance. Okay, some new chemical or some new substance will be getting on the right hand side. So always on the left hand side, those we can say those things are kept which react together, and on the right hand side of a chemical reaction you will always get a new substance. We call it a product. Okay, and the left hand side pe jo hota hai ye iron and oxygen, these all are called reactants. So these three are the reactants: iron plus oxygen plus water. These three are the reactants. They are reacting together, a chemical reaction is taking place, and these three are giving out a new substance, that is rust. So what is the chemical formula of this rust? Fe2O3H2O. तो ये Fe2O3 क्या है? This is the iron oxide. अभी बोला था ना ऊपर, what is rust? Hydrated iron oxide. So this hydrated means it contains water. ना, water molecules are also there, water particles you can say. So यहाँ पे क्या है? Fe2O3 dot H2O. This dot H2O, it is for hydrated, and Fe2O3 is iron oxide. So this is the chemical formula of rust. Okay, or if I say in a simple in simple terms, how you can define, you can just say iron oxide, that is Fe2O3. So that also you can write in this at this level. Okay, now so this iron oxide, basically this rust is Fe2O3. It contains water also. So now what we can observe from this reaction, see on the left hand side we had iron. Okay, और उसका chemical formula या फिर उसका symbol क्या है? Fe. And on the right hand side what we are getting is Fe2O3. Okay, so this Fe2O3 and this Fe, these both are two different things. Okay, the left hand side, on the left hand side iron is there, which is Fe, but on the right hand side Fe2O3 is there, which is rust. Now this rust and iron, these are not the same substance. Okay, rust is different from iron, on which it gets deposited. वो एक layer बना लेता है, जो rust होता है ये iron के ऊपर एक layer form कर लेता है. It gets deposited on the surface of this any iron object. So rusting of iron is a chemical change. So here on the right hand side of the screen you can see a picture. Here this you can see this brownish colored part. This is an iron object actually. और इस आयरन ऑब्जेक्ट पे क्या है? कहीं कहीं हमें दिख रहा है ये ब्राउनिश सा पार्ट हमें दिख रहा है, रेडिश ब्राउन इस तरह का. So this is what we call rust. Okay, so this object, this the material, this has start degrading. Rust is present on its surface. Now okay, there are few conditions. There are few conditions which are necessary for this rusting. So basically two conditions are there. First one is presence of oxygen. So this rusting always takes place in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen नहीं होगा तो rusting भी नहीं होगी. So this is a mandatory condition. As we have learned in the process of photosynthesis ना, उसमें क्या क्या होता है, हमें कुछ basic raw materials चाहिए होते हैं. For example, sunlight is important. Sunlight चाहिए. Without sunlight, photosynthesis cannot take place. So similarly here also, this rusting requires this oxygen. उसके बिना, oxygen के बिना, this chemical reaction will not take place. So this oxygen will be obtained from the air. Then the second thing is presence of water or water vapor, which we call as moisture. So these are the two conditions, we can say, without which this process of rusting cannot take place. So this iron rust when it is placed in damp air or moist air, है ना? Iron कब rusting कब होती है iron पे? When it is placed in moist air or it is placed in water. वहीं पर तो oxygen और moisture या water दोनों होंगे available. Okay, that is why iron rust at these kind of places. Now this damp air, it also contains water vapor. So damp air होती क्या actually? Damp air is moist air. So if this any iron object, any iron article is kept in damp air, then what happens? उस damp air में water भी है, that is moisture भी है, and oxygen भी है. What oxygen is dissolved in water ना, so both things are present in this damp water. So this damp air alone, it provides both the things, oxygen and water. Now okay, so now this rusting, as we have already learned, this is a process in which we can say the quality of the iron or quality of that object starts degrading gradually. So this is a continuous process which slowly eats up the iron object and makes them useless. So gradually होता क्या है? Over a period of time, those objects which on which rusting is taking place, they start degrading और धीरे धीरे वो एक टाइम आता है जब वो बिल्कुल खराब हो जाते हैं. They are of no use. Okay, then now how can we prevent this rusting? हम कैसे बचा सकते हैं किसी भी आयरन ऑब्जेक्ट को रस्टिंग से? So yes, how can we prevent this rusting of iron? So there are various methods. First of which is rusting of iron can be prevented by painting. Okay, if we provide a coat of paint on these iron objects on their surface, so they will not come in contact of air and moisture, and that is how they are prevented from rusting. Then rusting of iron, it can be prevented by applying grease or oil. So when some grease or oil is applied to the surface of an iron object, then air and moisture, they cannot come in contact with it, and hence rusting cannot take place. Then rusting of iron, it can also be prevented by galvanization. Now what is this galvanization? The process of depositing a thin layer of zinc metal on iron objects is called galvanization. See, I am just giving you an intro of these all things, children. We'll be learning these topics, these terms elaborately in description may we'll teach you when we'll start our main course. So I'm just giving an intro to you right now. Okay, that is why I'm not elaborating these much. Okay, बहुत ज़्यादा I'm not describing. So just giving you an intro. Okay, so we were on galvanization. Now what is this galvanization? The process of depositing a thin layer or coating of zinc metal on iron objects is called galvanization. ठीक है, तो जो भी iron objects होते हैं उनके ऊपर एक zinc की coating कर दी जाती है उनके surface पे. That is how they are prevented from rusting. Okay, now iron is coated with chromium to prevent rusting. Iron को chromium से भी cover किया जाता है to prevent rusting. That process is called chrome plating. Okay, so this chromium metal जो होता है actually it is resistant to the action of air and moisture ना, वो air और moisture को attack नहीं करने देता है उस पे, and that is how it prevents rusting. So then rusting of iron can be prevented by allowing it to make stainless steel. फिर alloys बनाए जाते हैं. What happens actually, what is an alloy? This iron is mixed with carbon, chromium and nickel. Then stainless steel is formed. कैसे बनता है stainless steel? When this iron it is mixed with carbon, chromium and nickel. इन तीनों के साथ जब मिलाया जाता है iron को, तब stainless steel is formed. Now this stainless steel is now an alloy. It is an alloy of iron. कैसे? क्योंकि इसमें हमने और metals को mix कर दिया है, ठीक है? और ये stainless steel it does not rust at all. Okay, so cooking utensils and these knives, scissors, these all are made of this stainless steel. Okay, so this was about rusting. Let us move on to the next example. Now the next one is burning of magnesium. See, magnesium is again a metal. अब magnesium क्या होता है? Burning of magnesium is another chemical change. जब magnesium को burn किया जाता है, तो again a chemical reaction takes place. Okay, and that again is a chemical change. So what happens when a ribbon of magnesium is brought near flame? It starts burning with a brilliant white light, leaving behind a powdery ash on complete burning. So a thin ribbon of magnesium, it is brought near iron flame, and what happens? It burns with a brilliant white light. See, here you can see this is the flame, and here this is here magnesium ribbon is there. It is burning, so it is burning with a white light. So here light energy is released, we can say, है ना? उसमें बोला था ना हमने in the characteristics that either absorption or liberation of a lot of amount of energy takes place in these chemical changes. So यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? A lot of light energy is liberated in this chemical change. Okay, so and what this brilliant white light, it leaves behind a powdery ash on complete burning. जब वो ribbon पूरा burn हो जाएगा, तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? बचा हुआ a powdery ash. ठीक है, ash is राख जिसे हम कहते हैं, ठीक है? So you will get that. Now magnesium burns in air to form magnesium oxide. अब ये burn होके magnesium ribbon को हम burn कर रहे हैं, so we know that a chemical change is taking place, and a chemical change takes place with a chemical reaction. So what reaction is taking place here? This magnesium, it is reacting with the oxygen, okay, to form burning हो रही है. कोई भी चीज burn होती है, it means क्या है कि वो oxygen से react कर रही है. Oxygen supports combustion ना, burning को support करती है. So therefore here we are saying the burning of magnesium, it means this magnesium, it is reacting with oxygen. So chemical reaction हम कैसे लिखेंगे इसकी? Magnesium plus oxygen. So these two are the reactants, because these two are reacting together to form some new substance. So this magnesium, Mg is for magnesium, or O2 is for oxygen. So magnesium plus oxygen, they are reacting together and they are giving magnesium oxide. This MgO is the chemical formula for magnesium oxide. So what product we are getting on burning of magnesium? Magnesium oxide, that is MgO. So this was another example of a chemical change. Now this magnesium oxide which we have obtained in the previous reaction, now when we dissolve this magnesium oxide, और अब ये magnesium oxide हमें मिली कहाँ है? हमें वहां पे reaction में क्या मिला है? We are getting just a powdery ash. हमें वो powdery ash मिली है. तो वो magnesium oxide कहाँ है? वही है वो powdery ash that contains this magnesium oxide. Now when this ash is dissolved in water, या फिर आई कैन से वो ऐश है क्या, मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड है. तो व्हेन दिस मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड इज डिजॉल्व्ड विद वाटर, डिजॉल्व्ड इन वाटर, है ना, तो बोथ ऑफ दीज रिएक्ट टुगेदर, पानी और मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड अब दोनों रिएक्ट करेंगे. So on the left hand side you can see MgO, this is for magnesium oxide, and H2O, this is for water. So these two are reacting together and again they are forming a new substance that is MgOH whole twice. This is magnesium hydroxide. ठीक है, ये फिर से एक नया केमिकल बन गया है, नया कंपाउंड बन गया है जिसे हम बोलते हैं मैग्नीशियम oxide. You can just note down the name. I have not written it here. This is magnesium hydroxide. Sorry. Okay, magnesium hydroxide. So here I have given you two examples of a chemical change with this metal magnesium. First of all, we have burnt this magnesium. So a chemical reaction was involved in burning of magnesium where we obtained magnesium oxide. ठीक है, फर्स्ट केमिकल चेंज में हमें क्या मिला, मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड मिला. देन फिर हमने क्या किया, सेकेंडली जो मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड हमें मिला, वी डिसॉल्व्ड इट इन द वाटर एंड वी गॉट अनदर न्यू सब्सटेंस दैट इज मैग्नीशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. सो दीज आर टू chemical changes. Fine. Now this rotten fruit, when a fruit rots, that again is a chemical change. Okay. So these are few examples. Now some more examples I can share with you. So I am now again going to write. So you all can just jot down these points in your notebooks. I am just sharing with you. So formation of curd from milk. This is a chemical change. A chemical reaction takes place and curd is formed. Okay. तो इसमें क्या होता है, दिस चेंज इज इरिवर्सिबल. ओके, हमने इसे इरिवर्सिबल चेंज की कैटेगरी में रखा था. देन नाउ दिस इज अ केमिकल चेंज. नाउ देन कुकिंग ऑफ फूड. Change in color of cut apple or potato और ब्रिंजल. ठीक है, इनको जब काट के थोड़ी देर के लिए रखते हैं तो देयर इज अ चेंज इन देयर कलर, दैट इज अगेन अ केमिकल चेंज. नाउ व्हेन it takes place on keeping in air. Fine. Next one is photosynthesis. ये तो सबको पता होगा. ठीक है ना, photosynthesis, it also involves a chemical reaction. Some new products are formed when the reactants in this reaction react together. So again, this is a chemical reaction. Digestion of food. Digestion of food में क्या होता है, हम जो खाना खाते हैं, that is digested with the help of some chemicals present in our stomach. ठीक है, so their digestion takes place and again new substances are formed. Then explosion of a firework. Okay. Burning of magnesium ribbon अभी हमने देख ही लिया है. Burning of fuels. Then burning of candle wax. Burning of candle wax. Okay. अब अगर मैं यहाँ बात करूं burning of candle wax, And if I say melting of candle wax, so are these two things same? Burning of candle wax and melting of candle wax, क्या ये दोनों एक ही बात है? No. Melting of candle wax is a physical change. ठीक है? Melting of candle wax, it is a physical change. वो reversible है. We can again get that wax. हम उस wax को obtain कर सकते हैं वापस से उसी shape और size में. But when burning of candle wax takes place, some new substances are formed, some gases are evolved. ठीक है, कुछ gases निकलती हैं उस reaction में. So that is how we can say that this is a chemical change. So just note down this difference. Melting of candle wax and burning of candle wax, both are different. Then formation of biogas from animal waste. This is again a chemical change. Formation of manure also you can write. Okay, so I'm sharing these much only. I hope these are clearly visible to you all. Okay, so chemical changes. Now these are the examples. Just jot down these examples so you will have a plenty of examples of physical as well as chemical changes. Now there is a homework now for you. You have to write few differences between these chemical and physical changes. So I have already shared the definitions with you. I have already shared the characteristics of these changes with you. So using those characteristics, using the definitions, what you will do is you will try to write the difference between a physical and a chemical change. So you can write at least 4 points. Okay, so try to write at least 4 differences between the two. This is your homework. Now another one is which of the following are physical and which are chemical changes? Now you have to categorize these changes into physical and chemical changes. So you will follow the same format which you followed when I gave you a question related to reversible and irreversible changes. The same format should be followed here in this question also. You'll make 2 columns, one for reversible change, another one for irreversible change. Okay, sorry, here physical and chemical change. Okay, so then you'll write the physical changes under that column, under the column of physical change, and the chemical changes in that second column, that is chemical change wala jo column hai usme you will write. So this is all children. I have just given an introduction to you about physical and chemical changes, what types, what examples could be there. There are many other examples also which we'll be discussing later on when we'll start with the main syllabus. Okay, so right now I've given just a brief intro about what kind of changes are these and how can you relate these physical and chemical changes to reversible and irreversible changes which you learned in the previous class. Okay, so this is all. I hope these topics are clear to you. Okay, so just complete the homework, try to learn the definitions, try to write down the differences, try to recognize the examples which I've shared with you, and try to explore some new examples of these changes around you. Okay, so take care children. Bye bye. Thank you.